R.I.P.D. R.I.P.D. is a 23 supernatural action comedy that follows the story of Nick Walker, played by Ryan Reynolds, a Boston police officer who is killed during a robbery. After his death, he finds himself recruited into the Rest in Peace Department, an afterlife law enforcement agency tasked with capturing rogue souls that refuse to move on to the afterlife. Nick is partnered with Roy Pulsifer, a grizzled, centuries-old cowboy who has been working for the agency for decades. He struggles to adapt to his new life as a deado's a soul that takes on a human disguise in the living world. They are tasked with finding and capturing deado's deceased souls who have escaped the afterlife and taken human forms. However, Nick is also driven by a personal vendetta, seeking revenge for Roy's death. As Nick and Roy investigate, they uncover a plot threatening to disrupt the natural order of life and death. Escape. Escape is a 2024 high-octane South Korean action thriller that delves into the harrowing journey of a North Korean sergeant who makes a daring defection to South Korea. Driven by the unrelenting desire for freedom and a better life, he embarks on a perilous escape, fraught with danger and betrayal. However, a secretly security officer begins hunting him down. The protagonist must risk everything during a dangerous journey to achieve his freedom. The film masterfully captures the tension and desperation of someone trapped in an oppressive regime, highlighting intense chase sequences and close calls, while crafting a gripping storyline that balances heart-pounding action with poignant emotional beats. Overall, Escape is a must-watch for fans of action thrillers, offering a gripping and emotionally resonant narrative that stays with you long after the credits roll. Big Brother. Big Brother is a 2018 martial arts action drama that follows Henry Chen, played by Donnie Yen, a former soldier with a troubled past who returns to his hometown to work as a high school teacher. Despite his unconventional methods, Henry is deeply committed to helping his students, many of whom come from disadvantaged backgrounds and face personal struggles. He goes beyond traditional teaching, using creative and empathetic methods to connect with the students and help them rediscover their self-worth. However, Henry's efforts attract the attention of a ruthless businessman who is determined to tear down the school and replace it with a profitable development. When Henry's students are threatened, his past as a highly skilled martial artist comes to light. He uses his combat skills to protect the students and the school, taking on the businessman's hired thugs in a series of intense and thrilling action sequences. Blind War. Blind War is a 2022 Chinese action that follows SWAT Captain Donggu is a highly skilled officer, renowned for his tactical expertise and unwavering dedication. However, his life takes a tragic turn when a high-stakes mission to rescue hostages goes horribly wrong. During the operation, he is injured, losing his eyesight, and is forced to retire from active duty. The accident not only shatters his career, but also leaves him struggling to adapt to his new reality as a blind man. Just as Donggu begins to rebuild his life, tragedy strikes again when his young daughter becomes the target of a ruthless criminal gang led by a vengeful mastermind seeking retribution for past wrongs. Despite his disability, he refuses to be a victim and takes matters into his own hands to save his daughter. Determined to fight back, Donggu trains his other senses to their peak, transforming himself into a formidable fighter. The Instigators. The Instigators is a 2024 action crime drama that follows Rory and Kabi, are unlikely partners thrown together for a heist. When an intricately planned heist goes awry, two thieves find themselves on the run, pursued by relentless authorities and dangerous adversaries. In their bid for survival, they turn to an unlikely ally, one of their therapists who reluctantly becomes entangled in their high-stakes escape. As tensions rise and secrets unravel, the trio is forced to navigate shifting alliances and unforeseen challenges that test their resolve and trust in one another. Set against the backdrop of a gritty urban landscape, The Instigators combines action, suspense, and drama, delivering a fast-paced narrative filled with twists and emotional depth. Dynamic storytelling and the cast's nuanced portrayals ensure that the film remains engaging from start to finish, blending thrilling action sequences with thought-provoking character development. Interceptor. Interceptor is a 2022 intense action film that centers around Captain J.J. Collins, a skilled and determined officer in the U.S. military. Collins is stationed at a remote missile defense facility in the Pacific Ocean, a location known as an interceptor base designed to protect the United States from nuclear attacks. The story begins with a terrorist group, led by a former CIA operative, Alexander Kessel, launching a coordinated strike on the base. Their goal is to hijack the missile defense system and initiate a global nuclear catastrophe. She finds herself facing overwhelming odds as she's left alone to defend the base after most of her colleagues are killed in the attack. Kessel, with the help of his team of mercenaries, attempts to seize control of the facility's command center to launch a nuclear missile strike. Collins, using her military training, resourcefulness, and tactical skills, fights back fiercely to thwart their plan. Lotus. Black Lotus is a 2023 action-packed film that follows Mateo, a former Special Forces operative who returns to Amsterdam with a singular mission to rescue his friend's kidnapped daughter from the clutches of a powerful crime syndicate. His journey is filled with intense action, dangerous confrontations, and a quest for vengeance. Mateo's return to Amsterdam is not merely a reunion with his past, but a confrontation with a present fraught with danger. The city's underworld is dominated by a ruthless crime lord who operates with impunity and has connections that run deep within the city's structures. He, driven by loyalty to his friend and a sense of duty, embarks on a perilous mission to navigate the criminal underbelly and retrieve the kidnapped girl. The narrative unfolds through a series of high-stakes encounters and strategic battles, showcasing Mateo's combat skills and unwavering determination. Our mission. Moscow Mission is a 2023 Chinese crime action film set against the gritty and vast backdrop of the Trans-Siberian Railway. The protagonists are a determined and tactical team led by Kui and his seasoned partner, played by Andy Lau. They are soon embroiled in a dangerous game of cat and mouse with the cunning criminal mastermind behind the robberies. As the investigation unfolds, the detectives uncover a complex web of deceit, corruption, and betrayal that extends far beyond what they initially imagined. Each action sequence is meticulously choreographed, showcasing the raw intensity of confrontations and the strategic brilliance of the detectives. Moscow Mission is not just a crime action film, it's a journey through the dark alleys of human nature and the relentless pursuit of justice, making it a compelling watch from start to finish. Enter the Fat Dragon. Enter the Fat Dragon is a 2020 Hong Kong martial arts action comedy that follows Fallon Zhu, played by Donnie Yen, a skilled but overweight police officer who is both an expert in martial arts and notorious for his clumsy demeanor. After a botched mission results in him being suspended from his duties, Fallon finds himself grappling with self-esteem issues due to his weight and lack of respect from his colleagues. He decides to take action and transform both physically and mentally to regain his standing as a capable officer. While training to lose weight and regain his former confidence, Fallon is unexpectedly assigned to a mission involving a high-profile kidnapping case. The mission takes him to Japan, where he is tasked with rescuing a kidnapped woman. However, his journey is far from smooth as he faces a series of obstacles, including dealing with local criminals, language barriers, and his own overconfidence despite his physical limitations. The Comeback. The Comeback is a 2023 action crime that follows Uncle Hua, a retired antiques dealer and skilled martial artist who lives a quiet life in a close-knit neighborhood. However, his peaceful world is shattered when the ruthless gang targets his community for demolition to make way for a lucrative redevelopment project. The gang, led by a cold and calculating leader, uses violence and intimidation to force residents out of their homes. Meanwhile, Hua is being hunted down by a mysterious organization. He initially avoids conflict, hoping for a peaceful resolution. However, when the gang's tactics escalate, threatening the lives of his friends and neighbors, Hua is forced to take a stand. Drawing on his years of martial arts training and his knowledge of the city's underworld, Hua becomes an unlikely hero. Hua's transformation from a reserved elder to a fearless defender is at the heart of the story, offering a compelling blend of heartfelt moments and adrenaline-pumping action.
Which one are you watching first? Let me know in the comments below. And if you love high-stakes action as much as I do, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more killer recommendations, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next one. Stay safe and keep the action rolling.